Hello? Oh, wow, that's a lot louder than I anticipated. Hello? Sorry. All right, good evening, everyone. This is the 28th year of the Not in Our Town Princeton Unity Awards. Thank you all for being here to acknowledge and celebrate Princeton high school and middle school students who are creating a more equitable and kind world for all of us. We are here in this lovely sanctuary and also virtually.
Yes. All right. So good morning. Good afternoon, good evening. Oh my goodness. All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Sheena Ash. I am a 2024 Unity Awardee, president of MSAN at Princeton High School, and also a Not in Our Town Youth Fellow who led work with my own club, Allies for Everyone, last year.
Hi, I'm Lena Hamilton, and I'm also a 2024 Unity Awardee. I'm the president of a club called PHS Pulse, which works to empower women of color inside and outside of our school community, and I am also a member of MSAN.
Hi, I'm Osvaldo Morales. I am a 2024 Unity Awardee, and I'm also the president of Latinos Unidos, a club at PHS that empowers Latinos and Hispanics in and out of our school community.
Hi, I'm Zoe Newland. I'm also a 2024 Unity Awardee. I am the founder of the Princeton High School Diversity Council, as well as the Day of Dialogue. And outside of PHS, I'm the event director for a nonprofit organization called the Learn API History Project. So right now we're going to invite up Reverend Bill Neely, minister of the UUCP congregation, to welcome us.
Good evening, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Princeton. We are so happy to host the Unity Awards again this year. We like being asked to do so, for it allows us to support the wonderful work of Not in Our Town Princeton. Hosting affords us the opportunity to partner with the dedicated and passionate leaders of the group with whom we share commitments to anti-racism and to equity and inclusion for all. Anti-racism, equity, inclusion, we can add diversity and justice to the list. For this congregation, these are words of religious witness that describe qualities found in the beloved community, which we are always working to build here. For you, perhaps they're that as well, or perhaps they're not religious, but they are words of moral clarity and guidance that describe what you hold most dear, or perhaps there's some of all of that. And as we gather, we note that powerful people would have us not say those words more broadly in society lately, would insist that we scrub them from websites and remove them from curriculums and never let our lips utter those words again. We nevertheless say that anti-racism is of the moral and spiritual good, that diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice are of moral and spiritual worth, and that opposition to these words being uttered, spoken, sung, and shouted into the world will only strengthen our resolve to voice them anew, each in our own way, as the Spirit calls us to. To those who think these words were said too often before, just wait and see what comes next. Not only a new life for the language awaits, but also new manifestations of their reality are being created. And a gathering like this builds the strength of that faithful response, for it connects us in a diverse group of common values. It also lets us be inspired by the wonderful work of students who are actively building a better world. And it should convict those of us whose student days are well behind us to work harder. In the meantime, we at UU Princeton congratulate the award winners and their families, and we thank the educators and administrators and school board officials who daily, quietly, and faithfully put students first. We're always happy to host the Unity Awards, and though we try not to be greedy with the blessings of life and understand if you want to share the spirit of this evening with some of the other loving and committed religious homes in Princeton, we're also okay with you staying here for just as long as you'd like to. Our door is always open, and it's an honor to play even a small role in tonight's celebration. And now I invite you to join in the land acknowledgement. It's printed on the front page of your program. We can read this together. It's at the bottom there. This land is part of the ancient homeland and traditional territory of the Lenni Lenape people. We pay respect to Lenni Lenape peoples, past, present, and future, and their continuing presence in the homeland and throughout the Lenni Lenape diaspora. We acknowledge the millions of enslaved Africans and their descendants on whose backs this nation's wealth was created. Again, welcome to UU Princeton. We're so happy that you're here tonight.
Thank you so much again, Reverend Neely, for your meaningful words. And thank you to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Princeton for this beautiful sanctuary and building space. Thank you also to the UUCP staff and congregants, especially Jose Garcia, Kevin Trainer, and the Racial Justice Ministry for hosting us, assisting with technology, and helping us welcome all of you. Representing the next generation of Unity awardees, here is Asim Williams, fourth grader at Community Park School. Asim, wherever you are, you can come up, honey.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight is a very special night for the students who are being honored for their work within the prison schools, as well as the community to promote diversity, inclusion, and unity for all. The students who were chosen to receive this award are the future. They show others how to love and not hate, how to promote peace and not war. The children and young adults are our future. And those here today are a perfect example of who and what future leaders should represent. Please show your love for the recipients of this year's Not in Our Town award by standing and giving them a round of applause for their outstanding accomplishments.
Thank you so much, Asim. Let's give Asim one more big round of applause. It takes so much courage to do that, really. All right, I'm going to now invite up Lena to read Not in Our Town's mission statement.
Thank you, Sheena. We will now read the Not in Our Town mission statement. Not in Our Town Princeton is a multiracial, multi-faith group of individuals who stand together for racial justice and inclusive communities. Our focus is to promote the equitable treatment of all and to uncover and confront white supremacy, the system that facilitates the preference, privilege, and power of white people at the expense of non-white people and pits racial and ethnic groups against each other by upholding hierarchies based on proximity to whiteness. Our goal is to identify and expose the economic, political, and cultural systems that have enabled white supremacy to flourish and create new structures and policies that will ensure equity and inclusion for all. In our commitment to uncovering the blight of white supremacy on our humanity, we take responsibility to address it and eliminate it in all forms through intentional action, starting with ourselves and our community. We also acknowledge the millions of enslaved Africans and their descendants on whose backs this nation's wealth was created. Thank you.
Thank you again, Lena. All right, so to know a bit of background about why we're here, the Not in Our Town Unity Award is given to students whose actions, intentions, accomplishments, experiences, and work exemplify our mission statement, as Lena just stated. The award was created in 1998 by Ralston Gator, a congregant of Witherspoon Street Presbyterian Church, one of the 3 founding congregations of Not in Our Town in 1999. This congregation and Nassau Presbyterian Church were the other 2 founding congregations. Ted Fetter, still active with Not in Our Town, and who was a founding member of this congregation, is here today. Barbara Flythe, who is the Not in Our Town founding member from Witherspoon Street Church, is also here. And at age 90 plus, is still an active racial justice advocate through Witherspoon Church and other organizations. We would like to acknowledge both her and Ted Fetter, so please stand and wave if you can. Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you all. All right. If you didn't hear, Miss Barbara was supposed to be here today, but she couldn't come. However, we're still grateful to be honoring her today. All right, I'm going to invite Ozzy up now to give us a little bit more backstory, history.
Hi. So, the first Unity Award honored one student at Princeton High School who was nominated by Miss Shirley Scatterfield, a former guidance counselor at PHS and a member of the Not in Our Town board, who also continue to nominate a number of students over the years. The Not in Our Town name derives from the one taken by the group of community members in Billings, Montana, who in 1993 stood up against hate crimes being perpetrated in their community. Now, let's take a moment of silent contemplation, take a breath, and think about those in our lives, in our communities, and the world for whom we are grateful and those in need of healing. Thank you. So now I would like to welcome up Zoe.
So this year, we have 7 Unity awardees, 1 from Princeton Middle School and 6 from Princeton High School. We invite all of them and their families to stand as they are able or raise their hands. We are so appreciative to all who reached out to our students to encourage them to apply for the awards and for your nominations of students. Our nominators include Matthew Young, Lena Hamilton, Bethany Sadiq, Katie Deneen, Malachi Wood, and Idania Rodriguez Mejia. Please stand as you're able, nominators and awardees, and let's give them a round of applause. Thank you to all the community and education leaders who are also here today. Please raise your hand as we mention you or your organization. Both of our interim superintendent, Dr. Foster, and incoming superintendent, Dr. LaSousa, for Princeton Public Schools, Princeton High School and middle school principals, administrators, faculty, and staff, members of the Princeton Public Schools Board of Education, the president, Mia Sachs, and members of the Princeton Town Council, Princeton Human Services and Cares Committee, director and staff of the Princeton Public Library, YWCA and YMCA Princeton, Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Princeton, Witherspoon Street Presbyterian Church, and Nassau Presbyterian Church and other congregations, Princeton Community Housing and Princeton Housing Authority, other municipal boards and commissions, Civil Rights Princeton, Princeton Parents for Black Children, the Paul Robeson House, the Witherspoon Historical and Cultural Society, members of the Not in Our Town Board of Trustees, Not in Our Town Truth and Transformation, the Unity Awards Planning Committee, previous recipients of the Unity Award, and other friends and supporters. Thank you so much for coming out here tonight.
Now, each of our awardees will come up after the name is called, along with the nominator. We will introduce them and their accomplishments. The nominators will then present them with their award. They each will receive $150 and a certificate that that reads Not in Our Town Unity Award. Sorry. And then a photo will be taken, and then we will hear from the students. And now, our awardees. We will begin our awards with the Princeton Middle School, and we'll hear from the principal, Jason Burr. Then we'll call up first awardee. Mr. Burr, would you like to come up here? Let's welcome Mr. Burr to the stage.
Good evening. At the moment, I'm most grateful to the 4 MCs because if they didn't step in and Lena gave the mission statement and each of them gave a little bit more history about Not in Our Town, I would have had to follow Asim for the second year in a row. Can we give Asim a big round of applause? So congratulations to all of this evening's winners and their families. Everyone has the right to be able to do their best in school. Our awardees tonight, all of you, you're all being honored this evening because of the work, the clubs, the activities, and the way each of you have widened your circle to be inclusive of everyone in your school community. Students can thrive when they feel welcome and safe at school. The students far outnumber the adults every day. It's what all of you do to support and lift each other up that's the secret sauce, the key ingredient to building school culture. Teachers and leaders help provide opportunities for students to interact, lead, and thrive. At PMS this year, through the work of my assistant principals, Ms. Carsdale, Mr. McCann, and our PMS equity team, we've created a series of events to help bring people together, to help kids come together and work together. From Diwali to Holi, from our annual MLK celebration to Lunar New Year, to our Autism Acceptance Month celebration. This year, Ms. Carsdale enlisted our clubs and sports and the entire school community in a fundraising campaign to buy items for a soon-to-be created sensory room. We have seen our students this year visibly and intentionally try to widen their circle and learn from one another, because everyone has the right to be able to do their best in school. And when we are being inclusive, united, together, everyone wins. It's an honor to attend this event each year. The history you provided is always so interesting to me, the hard work that's been done by people in this room for so many years. But most of all, it's nice to be together with all of you. What's better than together? Congratulations to you and your families. You should be honored. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Burr. So with that, we're going to start with our first awardee, Jalila Tenon, an 8th grader at Princeton Middle School. Please come up, Jalila. We would also like to welcome up her nominator, Matthew Young, 8th grade civics teacher. Okay, so Jalila Tenon is a student in the 8th grade at Princeton Middle School. She is a member of the Black Affinity Club at PMS, and in that role, she has helped plan and lead the Martin Luther King Jr. School-wide Assembly, as well as the Black History Month Assembly. In these assemblies, Jalila helped amplify Black history and Black voices and provided an invaluable experience for PMS students and staff. Jalila's 8th grade civics teacher, Matt Young, nominated Jalila for this award, and in his nomination, he said, "Jalila served as one of the hosts during the assemblies. Speaking in front of peers can be challenging for anyone, not to mention a middle school student. John Lewis once said, 'You cannot be afraid to speak up and speak out for what you believe in. You have to have courage, raw courage.' I view Jalila's participation as courage, courage to get out of her comfort zone, and courage to be an advocate for equality." In addition to her work on the PMS assemblies, Jalila also dedicated time visiting elementary schools to read to 3rd graders with books featuring Black authors. One book Jalila shared with elementary school students was written by Amanda Gorman, the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history. These are just a few of the ways in which Jalila has worked to eliminate racism in our community. She also works with YWCA and the First Baptist Church of Princeton on projects, and we look forward to seeing what is next for Jalila as she prepares to move through high school next year. So congratulations, Jalila.
Thank you to Principal Burr and Mr. Young for nominating me. Thanks to my mom and family for the support and continuous push of encouragement to try new things. I appreciate the constant reminder that I am capable of accomplishing whatever I set my mind to. My experience at PMS has been a bit of a roller coaster, from trying to find my way in 6th grade to discovering my strengths in 7th. And seeing those discoveries bloom. Now that I'm in 8th grade, I can assure you that the process wasn't always an easy one. I wouldn't have been able to navigate without the assistance and commitment from so many that just wanted to see me do more and know better. For them, I am grateful. I'm happy that I'm stepping out of my shell and doing my best to be a student leader and a good PPS citizen. Thank you for the opportunity and recognition.
Thank you, Jalila. That was really sweet. We will now present our awards to our Princeton High School students. Principal Cecilia Burge sends her warm congratulations and regrets that she is out of town and is unable to attend today. Representing the high school is Assistant Principal Rashon Johnson, who will speak a few words on her behalf and on behalf of PHS.
All right, well, she actually did write some comments that she wanted, so I'll make sure I get her words out first. First off, congratulations to everyone here tonight, and it's great that we can gather on an occasion like this to celebrate our work, like our kids. This is the work. We're doing what needs to get done. It's awesome, but I'll read what she has, and then I'll say my piece. From Ms. Bird, she says, "This is wonderful news. The students are truly exceptional individuals who have grown tremendously over the past 4 years, pushed boundaries, and brought strength and inspiration to our learning community and beyond. Thank you for creating this opportunity." That's from Ms. Burge. Now, from myself, this is awesome. This is what I feel personally, that this is the good work. This is the good work. This is what we're supposed to do. I'm all for. I love our academics, the things that all the APs and our scores, our board scores, all that stuff is fantastic. But in the real world, we need to be able to get together and be able to learn how to live with each other. And that right now, the climate in the air, all that is under attack right now. So I feel like with this generation, it's going to be you. It's going to be you. The answer lies within the students in this room and the people in this community to make this place be whatever we want it to be. And having our students have the ability to critically think on their own and acknowledge and be able to see that some of the things that aren't the way they're supposed to be, and some things aren't fair and why they're not fair, and that doesn't make sense, and start to question why the status quo is the status quo, why some people think that's good, why they take advantage of that, and why others are disadvantaged by that. That is going to be the power that we need to change the outcome of the way things have been going. So I love this. I am truly inspired being around our students and seeing where they are and what they're doing and where they're going. It makes me feel good to be able to come to events like this and see our kids. This is our work, like for our teachers and for the administrators, Mr. Burr, Matt, like when we're in here and we see this, this just says and lets us know that we're doing the right thing, we're on the right track. And I want to make sure that you guys stay inspired, because through life, it's not always going to be easy. There's going to be some visible obstacles, and the tougher ones are the invisible obstacles out there that you know that are there. And you know what? I'm telling you, Believe in yourself, believe in the cause, believe in what you're doing, and success will happen. Do not let anybody else steal your joy. Don't ever let anybody take what you're doing and that feeling that you have on the inside that says you have to speak up when you know something is wrong. I'm so proud of you guys. In that meeting that we were in not too long ago when I was in that room with you, I'm so proud of how you guys represented yourself in that room. You have no idea. You articulated everything that you wanted to say in the most respectful way, and you were heard. And that is exactly what it is that we're here to do. And I celebrate you. So I give it up to you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Okay, our first awardee is PHS Junior, my friend Gabriela Maldonado. I have the pleasure of introducing Gabriela, and I am also her nominator. Our next awardee is Senior William Ponder, and I am also his nominator. Gabriela, or Gabby, is a junior and is the president-elect of PHS Pulse, which stands for Pride, Unity, Leadership, Sisterhood, and Esteem, a supportive and empowering organization for young women, specifically those of color, was founded by Miss Satterfield, who was PHS counselor at the time. Gabby is also an active member of PHS MSAN, which stands for the Multicultural Student Achievement Network. MSAN is a national organization that builds the capacity for advocacy skills of students and others in education that positively impact the educational experiences of all students with an emphasis on Black, Indigenous, and other students of color. Both groups have a mission in creating a safe and equitable learning community for people of color. Gabby is also a student teacher in the English as a Second Language program. Gabby is the former head of PHS Pulse, and in addition to fundraising for Pulse itself, she has organized this year's prom dress drive, ensuring that every student has the chance to feel confident and included. She's gone even further by helping to raise funds and gifts for families for babies in the NICU. A gesture in words of Miss Karen Gates, the ESL teacher at PHS, who Gabby works with, Gabby speaks volumes of her kindness. Gabby has raised awareness for issues that disproportionately affect students of color through a Tiger Talk episode on housing disparities and has also helped organize this year's voter registration drive. She has helped organize 2 Black History Month assemblies, one of which last year was our first, and additionally, she noted that educating her peers about racial disparities and advocating for policies that promote racial equity has not only helped her elevate the voices of students of color, but has also instilled a greater academic and social support for those around her. As assistant teacher for ESL students, Ms. Gates has said that Gabby has shown patience, compassion, and a deep commitment to helping others feel seen and supported. Gabby, your leadership, compassion, and initiative is what makes you truly deserving of this award. We can't wait to see the incredible things you'll continue to do. Come on up and get your award.
I would like to thank Not in Our Town for awarding me the Unity Award and Lena Hamilton for nominating me. I'm so honored to receive this award tonight. It has truly been an honor to serve the Princeton High School community as a member and leader of PHS Pulse. Advocating for change and a more equitable school environment has been incredibly fulfilling, and I'm so glad I had the opportunity to work along the other awardees tonight. I want to thank my mom for her constant support, and I'm truly grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabby. Okay, next is William Ponder. Okay, Will. Yeah, Will, you can come up. Okay. William currently serves as the social justice advocate for MSAN and is also the MSAN liaison to the PHS Diversity Council, a student advisory group that brings together student leaders of clubs and other students that leads initiatives to create programs such as the Day of Dialogue created by Zoe. Yeah. As a liaison, he is actively involved in organizing MSAN's contributions to the Day of Dialogue. Within these roles, Will has helped use his voice to uplift others and advocate for equity within the school community. He was responsible for many written communications to administration and Board of Education in order to make sure that they understand the needs of students of color and what students want to see represented within the community. He has been instrumental in ensuring cultural assemblies, such as the Black History and Heritage Assembly, making sure they happen and are celebrated and supported on an institutional level. These actions have helped him make the public school system a safer space for students of color. In addition to his activism, as Bethany Sadiq, one of his nominators, described, Will brings a unique combination of charisma and talent to all that he does, whether serving as the lead in The Great Gatsby or captivating the audience as a host and MC of the Black History and Cultural Assemblies for the past 2 years. He consistently brings people together with his dynamic presence and magnetic smile. Will's performances are not just entertaining, they are empowering, often embedding messages of resilience, pride, and unity. She went on to say that Will has consistently exemplified what it means to be courageous, compassionate, and a visionary leader, qualities that make him an ideal candidate for this honor. He embodies the spirit of unity, justice, and hopes that this award celebrates. Will be attending Howard University with me. Where we look forward to him continuing his work as a scholar, leader, and change maker.
Can you believe she only had 12 years to write that? Thank you so much, Not in Our Town, for gifting me this award. I've been passionate about leadership my whole life because of my family. Service has been the standard within my household. My parents are very dedicated to this by joining politics and law to improve the lives of others. It was an expectation to give back to my community. High school, while enjoyable, came with a lot of resistance. I found myself constantly ostracized and disparaged. This experience, while damaging, was a common experience amongst the students of color. I went into leadership to counteract this circumstance, to foster a nurturing community and create an environment that is inclusive and beneficial to all. And that's what I'll continue to do. Lena and Ms. Sadiq, wherever you are, I really appreciate you guys for nominating me. I love using my leadership within the Multicultural Student Achievement Network to help advocate for our people. This award is bigger than me. This award is for my community. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that I've known Will for about 7 years now, and I can truly speak on his behalf and say that he is the definition of a great leader. I've sat in on so many meetings with him with so many different kinds of administration, and he's always a level-headed, very calm and productive communicator, and that's one thing that makes you such a wonderful person, but an even better leader. So congratulations again. Before we continue with our next awardees, let us hear from Khalil Gordon, a 6th grade student at Princeton Middle School. Put your hands together for Khalil.
Good afternoon, Princeton. I will be reading Our Town by Jahara Parker. A town, an urban area that has a name, defined boundaries, and a local government. Our town, an urban area that has a name, defined boundaries, and a purpose. In our town, we leave room for family, community, and resources. In our town, we lead with compassion, connection, and inclusion. Community is just more than a word here. In our town, it's a call to service, an opportunity to build connections that expand beyond race, economics, and generations. In our town, community means more than family, and family means that we are all connected in experience. When I grow, you grow. When I'm hurt, you're hurt. When I'm gone, you notice. Humanity takes the lead here. We understand that the human experience isn't meant to be lived alone. We take pride in creating space for humanity to leave the conviction. A town, an urban area that has a name, defined boundaries, and a local government. Our town, an urban area that has a name, defined boundaries, and a purpose.
Thank you, Kahil. That was amazing. So, our next awardee, Mia Serrano, can you please come to the stage? And Señora Idania Rodríguez Mejía, puedes venir al escenario. Mia is a student leader of Latinos Unidos who works behind the scenes to support the organization. She is always the first to arrive and is the last to leave at all the Latinos Unidos events. She does everything from decorating before the events, managing the event, while it's taking place, and taking time to clean up afterwards. Mia has helped raise funds for the organization and is famous for preparing her delicious tres leches cake. They are delicious, yes, try. Which represent the personal care and cultural pride she brings to everything she does. Mia sends a clear message about inclusivity and respect by inviting other students to Latinos Unidos events, like the Festival Latino in June, where students learn more about the Latino culture. She is a role model to other students with her warmth and leadership. Mia is a dedicated and essential member of our organization, consistently stepping into both leadership and support roles with enthusiasm and heart. Nominator Idania Rodriguez, advisor to Latinos Unidos, said, "Her presence uplifts the group, and she is a true role model for others through her work ethic, warmth, and quiet leadership." Congratulations, Mia.
Good afternoon. First, I'd like to say thank you to the Not in Our Town for giving me this award, and obviously Señora Rodriguez for nominating me. I also want to say thank you to my mom for always supporting me, giving me advice on how to deal with different situations, how to be a better person, and even being helpful with Latinos Unidos by, like Ali said, buying things that I need and making her amazing tres leches cake that everybody loves and always sells out for everything. I also would like to say thank you again to Señora for being the best teacher but also mentor for the past 8 years. Always laughing at my jokes and my crazy ideas that she listens to. And also just letting Ozzy, Ryan, and I bother her at any second time. She still always lets us in. And thank you again.
Señora, ¿pa dónde vas? Mia, congratulations again. So next up, our next awardee. Now, my Vice President, Brian Donas Davila, can you please come up to the stage? Y Señora Rodriguez, puedes venir? Can you please come to the stage as well? Again, I'm sorry you took a far walk. Brian has worked for racial equity through Latinos Unidos and other PHS programs, and in our community. As Vice President of Latinos Unidos, he helped organize and lead events such as Hispanic Heritage Month Assembly at PHS. He also helped organize fundraisers that raised $1,200 for hurricane relief efforts in Latin America. Brian has also worked with several other groups, including the Princeton Up and Out program, to help peers navigate college application and financial aid, particularly for first generation and underrepresented students. Brian has also been a leader in groups working with underrepresented members of the community. He also interned for 3 summers at He also interned for 3 summers at Princeton Human Services, where he participated in the community outreach efforts, helped organize the annual backpack drive, and assisted Spanish-speaking clients through translation and support services. This helped to make local services more equitable and accessible, particularly for immigrant families. In 2021, Brian worked with underserved preschoolers as a teacher assistant at Princeton Nursery School. More recently, he participated in a climate change education project at the nursery school, teaching early environmental awareness to pre-K to 3rd grade students and their families. Other curricular activities include working the holiday gift drive and Cornerstone Community Kitchen to help those in need. As nominator Idania Rodriguez, advisor to Latinos Unidos, put it, Brian leadership reflects a deep commitment to inclusivity, compassion, and community. His actions have helped foster a sense of belonging and unity within the school, making PHS a more welcoming and supportive place for all. Brian, congratulations for this award.
How we doing? First and foremost, I want to say happy late Mother's Day to all the mothers in this room. You are all You are all such a key factor to the work us students put in and really push us to become the best version of ourselves, day in and day out. I wanted to say thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, my mom, my dad, my brother, and all the students and teachers who got me where I am today. And I want to give a big thank you to Not in Our Town for giving me a blessing I thought I'd never have. Being here today feels extra special to me. For once, I can show my family that I can receive an award that isn't soccer related. But I can also reflect on all the hard work they have done for me. Mom and Dad, as you watch me read this speech, I want you to look at me and in your eyes reflect on your own selves. Both of you have been the biggest supporters since the minute I came into the world. And without the work you do for me, I would not be here today. You both have shown me how to work hard no matter how hard things can be. Building me to become the man I am today started from the minute you both arrived in this country. And I'm so blessed to have carried on the traditions you have left behind, as well as those you brought with me into my life. To my brother Danny, I know you're sitting here thinking, how much longer? I want to go home. But I want you to know how special you are to me and my journey as well. I remember how much I used to beg Mom and Dad for a little brother. Someone I could play with, someone I could enjoy life with, and someone I could call my little bro. As much as we have our arguments and our little fights, it's important to show how much I truly love you. From the minute you were born, I was given the opportunity to lead the way for you. And day in and day out, I've done my best to be that role model. There isn't a day I don't talk about you at school, and although you don't admit it, I know that inside you love to see, I know that inside of you love to see everything I achieve. And honestly, it's all because of you. You pushed me to be the best version of myself, and I couldn't ask for a better little brother. You are my lifelong buddy, and that will never change. And I hope that as soon as you take your next steps into the middle school, you take a thing or two of what I've left behind for you. And as I wrap up my little speech, I couldn't end without mentioning Señora Idania Rodriguez, Ms. Tori Esposito, Ms. Veronica Foreman, Mr. Sam Nelson, Ms. Denise Spivey, Ms. Kimberly Figueroa, and all the students and staff in the PHS Latinos Unidos. You all have worked so closely with me and my community work, and have helped me throughout my whole high school career. And in that, not only have you helped me rise to become the person I am today, but in return, I've gotten a lifelong family that I'll always be grateful for in my life. Thank you, Not In Our Town, for this award.
Wow. Can we actually give it up one more time for Brian? I know we were all, our hearts, right? Wow. That is so beautiful. This is really what the Unity Awards are all about. I remember last year, I felt the same way. I can see Brian's brother over there, and it just warms my heart to see how life-changing this award is and the commitment to community that is reflected in these students. And I'm so proud of each and every one of you guys. And congratulations. Can we actually give all of our current Unity awardees another round of applause? Yes, so deserving. Oh, it's hard to follow up with that. I hope I don't bawl. But our next awardee, I have the pleasure of knowing, I've known her since middle school. I remember walking with her in the hallway. We were in French together, and now she's my walking on the track buddy in gym. We had AP Lang last year, and we just talked, and she's just always been the sweetest, most intelligent, most driven student that I know. And so that awardee is Asma Qureshi. Please come up, Asma. Woo! Awesome. All right, Asma. Awesome, I'm so excited. Asma is a senior at PHS, and she has been the president of the Muslim Student Union at PHS for all 4 years. She was nominated for the Unity Award by her club advisor, Mr. Malachi Wood. Thank you, Mr. Wood, for coming up. In her capacity as a president, Asma has helped tremendously to educate non-Muslim students about Islam and has worked vigorously to combat Islamophobia. In her capacity as president, she has provided a safe space for Muslim students to gather and to celebrate the racial, ethnic, and diversity within the Muslim community. To quote Mr. Wood, for Islamic Heritage Month, she created daily announcements and posters to educate students and teachers about Islam. She also hosted several Eid celebrations and invited students to enjoy traditional food, henna, and other cultural activities. Her most impressive accomplishments have been the annual interfaith iftars. Every year she invites the Princeton Public Schools community, Princeton University, the town, and Muslim community at large to come together to celebrate, eat, and learn about Ramadan in a welcoming event. The most recent Interfaith Iftar had an impressive list of guest Muslim, Jewish, and Christian speakers who shared a message of peace and unity. During her 4 years at PHS, Asma has worked to promote racial literacy and racial equity by focusing on the fact that the commonalities of different groups are stronger than their differences. She confronts white supremacy by calmly and rationally. I can attest to that. She's the most calm and collected person that I know. She calms me down on the worst days. Even when she's upset about something, she's still as calm as ever, and I respect her so much for that. But yes, by calmly and rationally sharing her own perspective as a Muslim woman of color, showing up to protest injustice, and by being a positive role model. I'm so happy for you, Asma. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm just going to dedicate this to all the people I want to thank. There's obviously a lot more, but I'm just going to give a short list. I want to start off by thanking Mr. Wood, who has helped me make my ideas possible since the very first day of my high school journey. He quickly became the safe space that I needed in the school, and with his guidance and aid, I reestablished the Muslim Student Union, which doesn't just serve as a place to educate people, but it serves as a place for Muslims themselves to feel safe. So thank you, Mr. Wood, for teaching me lessons that helped me create the Muslim Student Union again. And I also want to give a thank you to my family. My sisters are probably not going to be happy with the fact that a certain one of them gets a special shout out, but I don't think you guys want to hear me say thank you to 4 of my sisters. So, um, so I'm gonna give I value them all, by the way. Okay, they my interfaith iftar they wouldn't be possible without them working behind the scenes. But I'll give a shout out to Zainab, 1/4 of my sisters, and as I shared a room with her for a couple of years, we learned more about each other, and as she likes to say, she molded me into who I am today. To this day, we have meaningful conversations about the lack of unity in our world, and we quickly became protest buddies, trying to make it to everyone that we can make it to. She guided me in my interfaith iftars, which she actually started back in high school. Also, she's also one of the recipients in 2018 of the Not in Our Town Award. It's not even the fact that she helped me through the guiding, it's more so the fact that she helped me emotionally when things weren't going my way, and I couldn't be more grateful for having an emotional support like her. She is a stimulant to my moral compass, and I'm eternally grateful for that. And finally, I'd like to give a thank you to my parents, of course. I'd like to recite a verse from the Quran, which is فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, in which God says, "So surely with every hardship comes ease. Indeed, with every hardship will come ease." And I look at my parents and I think they're the epitome of that verse. They worked really hard as Pakistani immigrants to create the best life for their 5 daughters with unlimited access to opportunities. And because of them, I learned unity, and it pushed me to represent who I am, so people like me could feel included, and so people like them could continue to feel included in communities. I would be lying if I said this journey has been nothing but easy. Trial after after error, yet by the end of it, I find myself being at ease. My parents' story remind me that despite the challenges we face on the way, it's the outcome that matters, and that has made me realize that there is no greater gift than giving people a space to feel like they can be themselves. So thank you, Amma and Abu, for not only working your way up to give me that opportunity, but for sharing Islam with me and making me learn to love it. And thank you again, and thank you for Not in Our Town for this beautiful memory that I'll cherish in my heart forever.
Thank you, Asma. That was a great speech. We will now have an interlude with Zoe Newland, my friend, who will recite her poem, Us or Them, which she delivered a few years ago during the Stop Asian Hate rally during the COVID-19 pandemic.
So this poem holds a very special place in my heart. I grew up in China up until 7th grade when I moved to the United States in 2019. And then within, I want to say about 5 months of moving here, everything shut down with COVID. And on top of that, having been the new girl who just stepped off the plane, there were a lot of looks and a lot of standing away from me in the hallway. So I wrote this poem after the Atlanta spa shootings, and also after the 2021 inauguration by Amanda Gorman. So if you feel as though you see some similarities between this poem and hers, it's probably because I was very inspired by her work. And then I got to have the opportunity to perform this at the Stop Asian Hate rally in 2021. And if this poem sounds very simple, it's probably because I wrote it in 8th grade. So, oh, hello. Oh, hello? Testing? Can we hear? Oh, all right. So this is a poem called Us or Them. You are the reason, they say, the reason for this mess. There is not less, there is more hate in this world. This can't be our fate. This virus, it's bait, it hooks you. It gives the world people to blame and shame. Honestly, it is shame on you. Because now this has gotten great fame, yet it is a hate. This can't be our fate. Beaten down, the lowest point there is. The lowest point is where we are found. We are here at the bottom looking up at the people who own this country. Their opinions are valid, their words mean more than others, and their actions prove to the world a deceptive truth that isn't the truth. It's like we are in a cup, trapped inside, stuck at rock bottom, but we have a view of all the wrong in the world that we can't reach, that maybe we could repair if only we could grasp it. You see, it's funny that you feel a need to speak and breathe about how disgraceful a culture and group of people are, when the truth is, you are just unhappy about how far our normal is from yours. You are unhappy about our skin. You don't like our skinny eyes. You don't like how we denied something that we don't have control over. You don't like us so much you think it's okay for us to wonder why the world blames us and shames us for who we are and where we come from. What you don't see is an everyday fear to walk out the door, an everyday fear that we will walk out the door to end up on the floor wondering, is this how it'll end? Because of the color I am, because of my eyes and the way they are shaped, because of my unpronounceable name, because of my family, because of my friends. You see, the rules, they don't bend. Not for us. It starts with a bend, then to a break, but we can't mend the problems and truths. We have to fend for ourselves and our family. And even today, I still ask myself, is this how it'll end? What you don't see every day, every bit, how we fit in this country. Wait, no, sorry. It's how we don't fit, right? These things that we keep in, we're foreign, yet invisible, is what we feel in our skin. What you say to our face is that you are not us, you are them. It is our dream that we can live in a world without fuss, where everyone is us and no one is them. Is it a sin to be me? I hope that someday it won't be. Thank you. So from a shift of something very sad, we will move to our final awardee, who unfortunately could not be with us tonight, but it is Zainab Oral, and her nominator, Dr. Katie Deneen, is here on behalf of Zay to accept her award for her and perhaps share a few of her remarks. So I will start with introducing Zay because she truly is a wonderful person. So Zainab, or Zay, is president and dance director of the Korean Club. The club is open to all students who have an interest in Korean culture, regardless of background, ethnicity, or race. And in the words of her nominator, Dr. Katie Deneen, Zay has created an inclusive and celebratory environment for all current and prospective members of Korean Club. Students who have had a hard time finding belonging in other parts of PHS have found home with her. In addition to her leadership for 2 years, Zay has choreographed dances for the Asian Fest and other venues, as well as hosted a lunch on Fridays for students to feel at ease with each other. Beyond her contributions through the Korean Club for understanding and cultural appreciation, Zay is more broadly interested in breaking down stereotypes and focusing on the contributions of those not recognized. She prepared an exhibit that was shown at the Princeton Public Library that featured women of color not traditionally recognized in U.S. history. As well, Dr. Deneen, as her U.S. history teacher and racial literacy teacher, noted, Zay could be counted on to mentor and support other students who might be struggling socially. And Dr. Deneen would sometimes include Zay in groups where she would be caring and understanding of what others may be experiencing. We are sorry that Zay could not join us today, but we are going to turn this over to Zay in a way, because Dr. Deneen will read some of your remarks, and that will reveal more of your efforts to build a community and to share your gratitude with others. So, Dr. Deneen, should I give this?
Thank you. So Zay did prepare some remarks. They're written in first person, so I'll read them as she wrote them. She says, "I'm incredibly honored to receive this award recognizing social activism and efforts toward racial and cultural justice. Through my role as president and dance director of the Korean Club and Bibimbap's dance group at Princeton High School, I've had the privilege of helping celebrate and uplift Korean culture in ways that challenge stereotypes and promote cultural appreciation. Whether it was organizing weekly dance workshops, performing, setting up booths, or managing our online presence, my goal has always been to foster a space where identity and expression are not just accepted, but truly celebrated. I'd like to thank Not in Our Town Princeton for acknowledging my efforts and giving me the opportunity to emphasize the importance of intercultural communication and appreciation, particularly in school environments. I'm also deeply grateful to my fellow club members. Their energy, creativity, and enthusiasm, whether through dancing their hearts out at practices, running our event food stands with pride, or supporting every initiative in between, are what made our club thrive. I share this recognition with all of them. Although I'm graduating in just a month, my commitment to promoting cultural diversity does not end here. I'll be visiting Little Brook soon to help facilitate an AAPI month assembly, and I plan to continue advocating for the appreciation, not just destigmatization, of Asian cultures in college and beyond. Cultural diversity should not be confined to a high school club or a single event. It's something we must all actively nurture, beginning in our communities and reaching outward. Thank you again for this meaningful recognition.
I know Zay isn't here, but just to kind of add on to what Dr. Deneen or Zay said, I am personally working on the AAPI project with Zay, and I can single-handedly say that Zay is probably carrying our group. She comes up with so many ideas. She's always super eager to keep helping and keep working, and hopefully it'll go really well, but I know it'll be amazing because Zay will be there. So again, congratulations to Zay. Let's put it together for one more time. For Zay, one more time. So one more time, I just want to say congratulations to all the awardees. It's truly amazing the work you are doing to advance racial equity. I like to say that impact is exponential, so what you are doing is inspiring the next generation of leaders. So thank you so much. Let's clap one more time for our awardees.
Again, congratulations. Super proud of every and single one of you. So now, we are happy to hear from our superintendent, Katie Foster. So please welcome Dr. Foster to the stage.
Good evening. I don't know about you, but my heart is full. Thank you. And thank you. As always, I'm deeply grateful for the invitation to serve as a witness to the amazing accomplishments of our Princeton Public School students. So, can I ask a question among friends? Is it just me, or are some of the adults in the country, well, did they lose their ever-loving minds? You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? And hearts, I would argue. That's why this organization, Not in Our Town, is so crucial at this moment in time. So as I was reflecting on this celebration, a phrase kept returning to me. So please show grace as I use a biblical reference. And a little child shall lead them. This quote is part of a larger prophecy that a future leader will bring about peace through righteousness and justice. As I look at the amazing projects that these students have created and the actionable difference that they have made, I'm humbled by their passion and their courage. We adults need to take a lesson or two from our younger generation. As adults, we can get a bit too comfortable in our routines, and complacency can easily set in. Some of us are just plain tired. Others become so preoccupied with navigating our daily responsibilities that we lose sight of the bigger picture and convince ourselves that one person's actions can't possibly make a meaningful difference in the world's complex problems. Well, I'm here tonight to say I want to thank these students for teaching us the importance of dreaming big, living fearlessly, and taking a leap of faith into believing that positive and impactful change is not only possible, but certain. And for demonstrating that, in fact, one person can make a difference. With this social justice work, students are encouraged to wonder, to stand up for one another and try new things, and be willing to call out injustices. When this happens, challenges are undertaken, accomplishments are celebrated, and we begin to see our interconnectedness to each other and the world. Dear students, thank you. Thank you for leading us to a brighter path of peace and justice. Congratulations all.
Thank you so much, Ms. Foster. I think those are definitely words that we can all resonate with and echo in today's time. So now I have the pleasure of introducing Ms. Daphne Kendall. So we will hear from our Board of Education president right now. Woohoo! Ms. Kendall, could you come up here right now? Thank you.
Hi, good evening. So I have the unenviable position of going after Dr. Foster and before Sheena sings, so I guess I should count my blessings. I wanted to thank Not in Our Town for hosting these Unity Awards. It's a pleasure to be here tonight to celebrate the achievement of these outstanding students and to take part in the 27th annual ceremony. These Unity Awards offer us the opportunity to recognize truly inspiring students who have stepped up to lead with purpose, compassion, and courage. Through school initiatives, projects, and programs, they have brought people together and fostered greater understanding. And we all know this world needs more understanding. The board and the school district are proud that our schools empower students to look beyond themselves, embrace differences, and build lasting connections. Even as public education and inclusive programs face challenges, and I'm being nice, we remain unwavering in our commitment to an educational mission that reflects our community's values and serves every student. And while there's more work to be done, we are hopeful because we see every day what's possible when students feel seen, supported, and inspired to lead. Congratulations to the honorees, Jalila, Gabriella, William, Mia, Brian, Asma, and Zay. We are incredibly proud of you and are grateful for the example you've set. Your efforts are not only meaningful, they're essential. You remind us that lasting change often begins with individuals who care deeply and choose to act. By honoring you tonight, we're not just celebrating your accomplishments, we're affirming the values of unity, respect, and leadership, and inspiring others to follow your example. Thank you for all you do to make both our schools and the greater Princeton community a better, more inclusive place for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kendall, and thank you, Dr. Foster. So, for the moment we've been waiting for. We will close with an original poem by Sheena Ash, To Be Real Until Justice Just Is, for which she received first place in the recent YWCA Princeton Challenge, Justice Just Is, that's centered around the theme, Equity in Action, Exposing Myths, and Redefining Justice. Then it will be followed by a song, Stand Up, from the film Harriet. So, prepare to be blessed.
Oh my God, thank you, Zoe. All right, so this poem really does mean a lot to me. I don't know if any of you saw the YWCA thing, but I was really shocked when I found out I won. And so this poem just comes from the heart, so I hope you can all receive it. And then afterward, maybe some crowd participation. We'll see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. That's how I learned to exist. In rhythm, in code, in counts that meant safety. Counts that meant don't speak too fast, don't speak too loud, don't say what you really feel about them or us or you. I was raised in neighborhoods where the streets were quiet, where trees arched like polite elbows and everyone waved but never really saw us, where whiteness was the air that I breathed, thin, clean, filtered. Or I learned to live with my voice toned down and my curls pulled back, and still I always knew I was black. Sure, my family cheered me on, commended my mom for getting me a proper education, but what had I learned about myself beyond what the world reminded me constantly? Whispers in school hallways, security glances in department stores, and the way teachers lowered their voice when talking about poverty as if they assumed it lived in my backpack. And then came my queerness, the soft part, the light, the language of in between, another thing to tuck in, another beat I had to master, so I can move through white spaces without breaking their tempo. But I also knew joy, real, whole joy, found in the corners of church pews and cookouts, heard in the pitch of black laughter, and the drums of backyard music, and the boldness of pronouns said with pride. And then Trump, that rust-colored mirror of America. He didn't even invent injustice, he only gave it a mic. He turned whispers into chants and chants into policies. He made racism bold again. He made cruelty a campaign strategy, made people I thought I could trust say things with their whole chest. But the truth, America was never broken. It was built this way. Stacked like bricks on top of stolen land and stolen bodies, every system from courts to classrooms was designed to keep justice just out of reach for folks like me. That's what until justice just is means to me. It's not a slogan, it's a longing, a demand, a heartbeat that doesn't skip when police lights flash. It's when justice isn't a fight we show up for, it's the floor that we stand on. Without fear, without proving we belong, until justice just is means I don't have to explain why I matter, why my queerness isn't a threat, why my skin isn't probable cause, why my existence isn't political. It's just existence. So, how do we get there? How do we build the road to just is? Start close in, not just with marches, but with your mirrors, with your bookshelves, with your jokes, with your hiring practices, with who you trust, with what you assume. Justice starts with how we show up daily, how we refuse to let equity be an event instead of a habit. It's in the way that we listen, really listen to people who don't sound like us. It's asking, who's missing from this table, then scooting your own chair back to make space. Justice is letting kids be kids without treating them like they're criminals before they even know how to spell it. It's making sure trans youth get to grow up without fighting for the right to exist on paper and in person. It's knowing equity isn't giving everyone the same thing. It's giving people what they need to thrive. And thriving looks different for everyone, depending on where you stand, depending on the shadows you've had to outgrow. So no, I don't want to be free in a world that only gives me freedom with conditions. Not if it means I can die any day for jogging, for breathing, for existing at the wrong time, in the wrong body, with the wrong lover. I don't want justice that arrives late and leaves early. I want a justice that is always, that doesn't need explaining, that just is. Until then, we work, we speak, we love fiercely, we teach even when we're tired, we create art, that cuts through the noise. We show up for each other when the world shrinks around us. We do this daily. Not because we're hopeful, but because we're here. Because we must, because the future isn't coming. We are the future, writing itself. And every step we take towards that horizon where just is, where just us, finally becomes justice. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am here, I am whole, I am holy, and I am not going anywhere. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you all so much. All right, I know that was really rough to hear, but one more song, one more thing. I'm going to sing Stand Up, as Zoe said. Thank you, Zoe, I literally love you so much. Stand Up from Harriet. Some of you may watch it, but it's the story of Harriet Tubman and her journey to freedom and her process of abolishing slavery and setting free slaves in only a couple centuries ago, which is absolutely bonkers to think about. But if you could stomp your feet with me, I'll set the tone. I did this, don't worry about the beat. I know I talked to Miss Van Hart before, and she did a great job, and I don't want people to worry about keeping up with it. I just want you to be here, feel the moment, feel the energy in the room, okay? I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a passion and freedom. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. And I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I've got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I've got a made up mind. And I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I've got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone. And I just might fail, but Lord knows I tried. Just this feel up the sky. Stand
to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheena. That was amazing. That was amazing. Angel is really, she's an angel. She's an angel, and she blessed our ears. Now, that concludes our award ceremony. Thank you all for being here for our students.
Feel free to gather afterwards for a while and enjoy some refreshments. Take lots and lots of pictures and have a safe evening and be well.
Congratulations.